What's going on, you guys? My name is Destruct, and in this video I'm going to be talking about whether I think the Taken King is worth pre-ordering. In the past week there's been a ton of new information on this expansion for Destiny, and hype is building hugely around the release of this title. I'm going to be discussing the content which is coming for the game and whether it's worth the $40 price tag. So I'm going to say straight off the bat, I think it's not worth pre-ordering, simply because, like the original release, Bungie lets fans down on the amount of content which is in the game, and I can predict something similar is going to happen for the Taken King. I think you should wait for an in-depth review before you purchase the game, so you really know what you're getting. Remember, at the release of the original game, sure, you might have jumped into the content early, but think about your friends who waited before buying the game. They've still got exactly the same amount of enjoyment out of the game, and are most likely at the same point as you in the game in terms of level and gear, and they paid much less and did not risk purchasing a product which was not to their liking. Those who pre-order are going to be let down, as they will have spent a ridiculous amount of money on the expansion, or at least if the expansion turns out to be a bad quality game. So let's go a little more in depth. The Taken King has an entirely new story, new locations. We do not know quite how many there are yet. We know Saturn, Phobos, the Dreadnought, there'll be a couple of others. There's going to be a big new raid, 8 new Crucible arenas, new weapons, armor, big changes to game modes, vendors, missions, bounties, PvP, and more. We also know it is rumored that the story in the Taken King has been improved more significantly, and there'll be more cutscenes. So quite a lot of new stuff coming. And not only this, but we also get all of the previous locations such as Earth, Venus, Mars, and the Moon, which have also been extended so there's more playable space in them. There's also going to be missions, which sends you back to the earlier locations from people like Eris Morn and the Awoken Queen. And there'll also be some side missions about kind of discovering the subclass that you have. So I can't remember one of the examples. It's like a rogue group of Titans were like the Sunbreaker ones, or something like that. I'm not quite sure on that. But also within the Taken King, you will have access to the Dark Below and House of Wolves content. That's if you buy the Legendary Edition. So basically, if you have got all of the DLCs and the base game, you'll be able to get the digital download, which is literally just the Taken King. But if you don't have all of the DLC, you'll have to buy the Legendary Edition, which is actually worth $60 or £40. So it certainly sounds like there'll be quite a good deal of content coming, but $40, is it really worth it? Many people seem to have an opinion on this, but to get real with you guys, nobody really knows what the expansion will bring. It could quite potentially completely blow Halo out of the water, or it could just be garbage. We truly have no idea. I highly recommend you do not pre-order the game, simply because we do not know enough about it, and we will not know enough about the game until release to make a judgment on whether it is worth it. Surely, sure, there will be supposed gameplay trailers, but remember at the release of Destiny Year 1, the gameplay trailers were all really badly scripted and really did not represent the full game content whatsoever. As I've already said, it will not hurt you that much to wait a week or so before making the decision to purchase the game. Keep in mind that many of your friends will have done the same for the original game and still had the same level of enjoyment as you did, and it will save you a lot of grief if the expansion turns out to be garbage. I've been your host, Destruct. I thank you all for watching. If you did find the video helpful, then make sure you hit that like button, and of course subscribe for more coverage on the Taken King. I will see you in the next one. Peace.